What the fuck is FFCC bot?
That's a new edition. We'll cover FFCC bot soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Crying is a Free Action podcast. Here, it is the 28th of September. Yes. We are the team behind EasyVoteND.com. You should head there. We've got some stuff up there you could read. There's some resources. Teach you how to go to a protest, teach you how to register to vote, all that kind of good stuff. Got all of our old shows up there. I'm joined here today with Tommy. Tommy, how are you?
Doing great.
Excellent. We're also joined by Al. How's your latte?
It's great.
Wonderful. Unfortunately, we get to start today with some bad news that there has been a shooting in Michigan, Grand Blanc, Michigan, which is a suburb of Flint, Michigan, at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Police have stated that the shooter is down and there's no ongoing threat, but that the church was on fire. We're not going to speculate about the motives of the shooter or anything because this is a very new developing situation. But I think it would be prudent to talk about people, to tell people that violence is not the answer. Like this is not going to help you or anybody. This is a permanent loss of life that can all be avoided. So we'll continue to talk about what is happening with speech and things of that nature going forward. But we'll come to this story. Speaking of like absolutely nuts things, I'm gonna put the audio up for just like maybe 6 seconds on this and see if we don't get copyright struck.
Oh boy.
We'll see.
What is it?
It's the Pokemon.
Oh, that shit. Oh,
yeah.
God.
So you know the song.
Yep, everybody knows this shit.
But the song keeps playing
the entire time they're doing
the entire
this shit.
time. Yep. Clipped in with.
I'm not sure if how much of this you followed, but so Nintendo is, I guess, infamous for their litigation.
They're very litigious.
Yes, against anything and everything that uses what they perceive to be their IPs.
Right.
So that's why you had that fucking the PAL World get sued to the fucking ground. They're still doing shit, but they had to change a lot of bullshit, etc., etc. Anyways, evidently one of their lawyers made a statement saying that they're not going to pursue anything, that they don't agree with it, but they're not going to pursue anything because the majority of their executives that are here on visas.
Oh, so they're afraid of suing them over it because
correct. A lot of them are here on immigrant work visas.
Yeah.
That is that's curious that they actually specify that, said it very explicitly.
So they are legitimately
concerned of any blowback that might affect their employees here.
Yeah, and I can understand that. You don't want to get Pokemon banned. That's like 10% of Japan's economy. So
that's true.
That's not even a lie. I mean, I'm just making shit up, but that's not a lie.
Okay. But we do have deportation officer caked up here at least, so.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a gun. That's a walkie-talkie. There is no reason you need to transport somebody like that, by the way. That is just like a dehuman. Like, I've worked in corrections and like prisoner transport for a long time, and there is absolutely no reason to transport prisoners like that. Like, unless you're in like a riot. So, pretty dehumanizing. It really sucks.
This is incredibly cruel, and they're just making such light of it. It's insane. So
yeah.
Okay, so actually, let me link this from. I don't normally read bullshit from PC Gamer, but this actually covers the whole thing about. So it was one of the former Pokemon company chief legal officer. So this is This is somebody who was at the top of the Pokemon company here in the U.S., and he explicitly said, and in light of the U.S. government's recent treatment of South Korean workers at a Hyundai plant, many of their execs in the USA are on green cards.
Wow.
So
we're just straight up intimidating, but like we can do what we want, because if not, we're gonna kick your ass out of the country.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Sweet. Tommy, you sent this video in. This is from a like a House committee. And
yeah.
So this one's pretty funny. We can probably play this whole thing because it's like from C-SPAN. So
yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, so I don't really need to set it up too much.
Yeah, so we'll play this.
Said it's only if you use the wrong pronoun, so that's not actually accurate.
That's correct. You're absolutely correct. Thank you for that, Ms. Jacobs.
I rise in opposition to this amendment. This is a radical infringement on State Department employees' freedom of speech and expression, denying individuals the ability to accurately reflect their preferred pronouns and avoid the stigma and embarrassment associated with being misgendered in a professional setting. Heaven forbid people know who they're communicating with over email when face-to-face conversations aren't possible. We'll let the Taylors and Shannons and Lindsays of the world and anyone else go misgendered for the sake of my Republican colleagues' feelings. So frankly, this amendment is an embarrassing use of this committee's time when we have so many other pressing issues to address. I'm ashamed we're even having to talk about it. I hope all of my colleagues vote against this, and I yield back.
Your gentleman is recognized.
The question I would ask is, if I were to have on my business card, Mr. Brad Schneider, is that prohibited by this amendment?
Yeah, no, because actually, sometimes people use the pronouns, and that's why this is here, incorrectly. Gender is immutable. So the Mr. and Mrs. used improperly with what their natural sex would be under this rule.
Brad, will you yield again?
Yes.
So in my email signature, I, Sarah Jacobs, have she, her. Those are my pronouns. But under your amendment, this would also not be allowed.
Right.
But you just said it's only if you use the wrong pronoun, so that's not actually accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
That's correct. You're absolutely correct. Thank you for that, Ms. Jacobs.
Anytime. Brad, back to you.
All right, let me just, I'll ask another one. Our ambassadors have a title that are often His Excellency or Her Excellency. Would that be prohibited on their business card?
It would not be. This says
the Secretary of State shall prohibit the use of gender pronouns on business cards, email signatures, or any other professional identity elements across the Department of State by employees, contractors, and other officials of the State Department. That would clearly prohibit the use of Mr. or Ms. or Mrs. It would prohibit the use of His Excellency. I think this amendment is going to cause a whole lot of problems across the State Department. I yield back.
I think you're rightfully stating something. I believe this is a serious conversation,
So yeah, Zarin in the chat points out, yes, they have no idea what pronouns actually are, and that they are a basic building block of English speech. So yeah, they don't know how to read.
Yeah. This is, the war on pronouns is a rough one because that's just a war in English.
Yeah.
But, But this is, what a sixth grade or less education gets you. They don't get the pronouns until seventh grade. We all know this.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Just missed it. So, also, a statue of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein holding hands appeared in the National Mall. And it's pretty cute, actually. So, look at that. Isn't that picturesque? Just two pedophiles playing in the National Mall.
Playing in the meadows of the National Mall.
Yeah.
As children fuckers want to do.
Yeah. Oof. Oof. Gross. May every day be another wonderful secret. Pubic hair. Oof. Yeah, so they already took this down, even though they got the permit. Look at the dew glistening on Donald Trump's junk.
No, it's too big.
Yeah, it's entirely too big.
That's true. He is a thick man, and they captured that.
No, his proportions there are very very generous.
Oh, are they?
You know,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely packed on the weight since then.
But I mean, we're trying to show the president some respect. A lot of his statues and photos kind of look like this.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
And now that I'm looking at it, it's a little less flattering than you might hope. But
I mean, the man's 79 years old. He has chronic venous deficiency or whatever.
yeah,
He can't even do that. He can't
That's
even
true.
lift up a single leg without falling down. So
that's probably true.
Yeah,
he can't make
exactly
it up
what
a set of
I mean when I
escalators.
say. Yeah, it's he can't go up escalators unless they're moving.
Right.
God forbid Melania accidentally touch her.
Oh my God. The look on her face was just like, I almost had to bump into him.
That shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, oof. And honestly, I get it. I wouldn't want to bump into him either.
And then the whole shit with the teleprompter.
Oh man. And then, by the way, also they were like, these people need to be punished to the full extent of the law. And then it was like his own videographer tripped a safety thing on the escalator, and the White House was running the teleprompter. So
hold on, I'm having camera issues.
Oh God, the White House is running his camera too. Somebody needs to be fired and prosecuted to the full extent of the law until Al's camera is back. Okay. While he works on that, also, all
right, back.
Jimmy Kimmel is back on television, which is a good thing.
Yay.
We talked last week about Brendan Carr and the shit he did. The FCC chairman.
That guy.
Maybe related to FFCC bot. We're still investigating.
No. That's rude.
Yeah, ours is probably way smarter. At any rate, did you guys watch his return monologue at all?
I did. Yes. I did watch it because I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah. I really liked it. I'm not usually a fan of like his style of comedy, but like he's on ABC. Like my business partner said it well. He's like, of course he's going to be the safe one. But I have to admit, while watching it, he has a level of like class and grace that I don't have. So I hope I learned something from it. I hope we all do too. But we have to remember that Sinclair, which is owned by the Ellison Media Empire, and Nexstar, which is just another fucking media empire, didn't bring him back right away. And basically, if you live in this country, you basically have a Nexstar or a Sinclair station somewhere around you. Because they buy up all of the rural shit, and then they buy up as much as the other shit as they can. And right now, they have a deal for them to acquire like 49% of the market share, which is like way above what the FCC rules are. So, of course, they're going to do whatever fucking Brendan Carr says they are, because they need his sign-off to do these purchases. But it is a win to bring Kimmel back, and it's a win for First Amendment, free speech rights as well, because the government should never be able to, well, not never, but especially something like this, to pull it off the network to facilitate a business deal.
Yeah, and specifically with, I guess with like Nexstar and then Sinclair, I did watch this recently. The very first time I watched this was John Oliver's late night last week tonight.
Last week tonight.
Yeah, he actually has from 8 years ago. He actually has a very solid he's
got a very solid on Sinclair. They're all about doing this shit when it benefits them.
Yep. Yeah, these hidden powers across our country that
and a lot of things like they have segments that feel like they're supposed to be like a local newsman's opinion, but then it's like word for word across like 30 networks, just the same script that this local newsman's opinion is supposed to be. Stuff like that. It's scary, you know?
Yep.
Because they control the flow of information. But that's why we're here, because nobody puts us in the corner, except for the algorithm and YouTube and Twitch and every other major corporation. Because you can't say anything. Well, like I'm not trying to say like people should be allowed to say offensive things. But like if you talk about like Israel and Palestine and Gaza and all that stuff, you're like immediately flagged like, nah man, we can't monetize you, you can't be part of the algorithm, anything like that. And that's, in my opinion, just being complicit in part of the problem of it. And so that's why we're here and talking about this stuff and hoping that when people see this, they share it with somebody, so we can not have to worry about that part, because this stuff is really happening. And yeah, a lot of it is what people know. Send it to somebody who might not know this kind of stuff. That's what we're asking. And we're gonna say the things that we're thinking, and we're not gonna worry about what an algorithm or anything like that. If they're gonna let fucking Alex Jones back on YouTube, like, we're never gonna say anything as crazy as that piece of shit.
They let him back on, but I think if I understand correctly, he was banned like right away. Him
Yeah,
and Nick
because
Fuentes were both
still like
banned
a
right away.
pilot program, but they, of course, those two freaking grifters tried to jump right back on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're just middle-aged men with incredibly mild opinions.
Yeah,
And trying to be reasonable.
Publicly mild opinions in my
publicly
case.
mild. Privately, some of the spiciest takes you're going to hear here. But we're not going to talk about that.
I'm pretty mild.
I
I'm
mix my
white
mayonnaise
from the
with ketchup.
Midwest. I'm lucky to be mild.
What did you say, Tommy?
I mix my mayonnaise with ketchup. So that's how mild I am.
Solid.
But these are, we try to look at things and examine these things with, some form of reason and things, and not just stir up people's emotions and just make people mad and upset. And we try to tell people, oh, go do these things and stuff. So
yeah. I mean, the regular media already has a monopoly on doing that. Why keep doing that shit? We're just trying to basically just trying to pass on shit we hear, because you might not hear it anywhere else.
Yeah.
And, you might get fucking stupid ass opinions everywhere else, and why why listen to them when you can listen to our stupid ass opinions?
That's
instead?
right.
Exactly.
We don't even pay to this. We don't even get paid for our stupid ass opinions. These guys are getting paid. We're actually better than them, because we are doing this on our own free time and our own money.
And it takes so much time. It's so much more time than you think it is. So thank you for being here. Next story. Oh yeah, this fucking guy, Stephen Miller, SS Miller.
Oh, I hate
so okay, Charlie Kirk died. He was assassinated, and they had a funeral for him. And the funeral we watched a little, the memorial service. We watched a little bit of it live last week, and it was like honestly a giant cringe fest. Except like, when Snopes has to be like, hey, was Stephen Miller's speech from German Nazi General Goebbels? And it's like, if Snopes has to like investigate that, you have a problem. Nobody should have to ask that. The problem they're like, yeah, actually, the speech wasn't plagiarized, but his whole like speech writing, like all of the speeches do call back to a lot of Nazi stuff that Goebbels does say.
So for some context, Joseph Goebbels was the chief propagandist for the Nazi Party, and if that doesn't, I guess, paint the kind of picture that Stephen Miller's trying to paint for himself too, because I mean, this is everything that all the shit from DHS that's going on, ICE, etc. All that shit is being orchestrated by Stephen Miller.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one passing all this propaganda and narrative that the left this and the left that, and there's fucking Donald Trump is just a useful mouthpiece.
Yep.
Even though
he
he's
is
not
just
coherent like 99%
right.
of the time.
Absolutely. So here, let's listen to a little bit of this speech, quote unquote speech. I don't have.
The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us. Those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred. You are nothing. You can build
This
nothing.
is supposed to be
you
at a
can
memorial
produce
service.
Nothing.
Trump also spoke.
So, by the way, this is from Internet Today. You should go check them out as well. I really like them.
And that's insane.
Yeah. So, man, I feel uplifted about that. This is, they keep talking about MAGA being a cult, and it certainly is. And this, like all of the speeches and things there, felt like what cult leaders would say to their followers. So,
as an aside, all these fucking people that showed up to this fucking rally, because let's just call it what it is. It was a fucking rally.
yes,
It was definitely just a rally for the fucking party.
yes.
All these fucking people that went to this shit, the ones that didn't get inside the stadium, they left the fucking surrounding area just completely fucking trashed.
Oh yeah, because they were like, oh, you can't bring any bags or anything in, and so people, instead of just like taking back to their car or whatever, fucking just dumped it into the streets. Trash and chairs and bags and all sorts of garbage everywhere. Also, there are videos out there, and you can find them, that when, like, because Trump was one of the last people to speak, most of the people had left either before or during his speech, and it's really funny. So that was just a bunch of white supremacists there jerking each other off, it seemed like.
Why have fireworks at like a memorial setting? It felt like I was at like WrestleMania.
Oof.
I mean, it's weird.
WrestleMania is kind of a funeral for wrestling.
How dare you?
Tommy, you don't even watch fucking wrestling. Shut up.
Somebody has to defend Hulk Hogan.
So, you're gonna defend Hulk Hogan?
No, absolutely not. I just chose a wrestler at random. Yeah. Which one to choose?
At least you did. I mean, you picked a racist. You didn't pick a murderer at the very least. There are a couple of
Somebody
those.
has to defend Hulk Hogan, but it wasn't me.
No, nobody has to defend that guy. Anyways, so we also have. Did you guys take your performance-enhancing drugs before the show? I had a neck ache, so I took my Tylenol.
I also had a neck ache. That's what you get when you're over 30.
What you get when you got the tisms. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start piss testing my Magic players before events, man.
Well, I don't have autism, so I don't need the PEDs, you know.
Oh, that's good. But so we talked about this a little bit last week because it leaked that they were going to do this some weeks ago. But they announced that the use of acetaminophen, a word that's not that hard to say, causes autism when women take it while they're pregnant. First of all, misogynistic because they're just making it women's problems again.
Yeah.
It's your fault, ladies, because you took too much Tylenol. Anyways, acetaminophen, which is an NSAID. We'll go back to that. Again, the word is acetaminophen.
I mean, I don't know why they choose like the other word, paracetamol.
That's the like European one, right?
That's lo mismo, same thing.
Oh, there you go. Well, let's listen to our glorious leader try to say this fucking word.
Will be notifying physicians that the use of.
I just say the word.
Well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen.
There you go.
Oh, well,
he got there. One more time.
Yeah. Or for you folks in Britain, it's like paracetamol.
There,
Yeah,
paracetamol.
Anyways, check this out.
The FDA will be notifying physicians
That's a
that
good
the
joke.
use of well, let's see how we say that.
Well,
Acetaminophen.
sound it out.
Acetaminophen.
There you go.
Cool.
Good
Well,
job, buddy. Anyways, that's Internet Today. Check them out. That's our glorious leader who brings the sunshine and the rain.
That's our dear leader who invented the word groceries.
Such an old-fashioned word.
But but Tylenol technically has been safer. Where I mean, it's similar to like NSAIDs, like Aleve and aspirin. Sorry, and other stuff like not aspirin, but yeah. So it's been allowed for pregnant women to take those things for a long time. And I don't.
Yeah, there's no casual link between Tylenol and autism, so don't.
Yeah, no. It's okay, ladies.
Take
your Tylenol.
As my theory stated, they would just be like, yeah, we're going to pick the most innocuous thing we can blame it on, so if you just avoid it completely, nothing bad will technically happen. So...
Azerbaijan?
Azerbaijan?
Yeah. And Albania.
Algeria?
And yeah, it was Albania instead of the actual country, instead of Armenia. Yeah, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, nothing bad will happen. Only good will happen.
That's right.
No, it only good.
It only good will happen.
Yes.
If you stop reporting on the bad stuff like we're doing right now,
right?
It's only good stuff.
It
only good can happen.
Yeah, it's 97% bad thing. I'll stop. Do more good thing. It only good will happen.
It only good.
Okay, so if you didn't know, there was an app that was put out to try to dox people who were critical of Charlie Kirk. A lot of people ended up losing their jobs, and businesses got, hated on and flamed on in Facebook and things of that nature. Well, the people who signed up to use this found that their information was very easy to get to, so it all got leaked, and then everybody stopped using it. And actually, it got removed from the App Store and everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
So that should have never been allowed on the App Store to begin with.
It's a stupid ass fucking attempt to, because this is what they call from our. This is what they would have said our side would have been fucking canceled culture.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It was just a stupid ass fucking attempt for them to do it.
Absolutely.
Like they gotta stop making these anonymous reporting apps, because it was like couple weeks ago, like a month ago, there was like the one like weird tea app or something.
Oh, the like women's dating app where they can like rate dudes, and it's just for women. That was kind of what it was.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then that got leaked.
Oh,
so
yeah. Which was trying to everybody, don't give your personal data away. Stop it.
No, give me your personal data.
Yeah,
I'll feed it to the aliens from War of the Worlds.
Yeah,
that's right. So that's why you gotta, do things like, if you're gonna criticize people, might as well put your real face on it and do it on Facebook.
Yeah, right.
Because it's obviously just a public square now.
Yeah, pretty much.
By Section 230. So
I mean, I don't think it ever really was anything else but a public square for people that you used to know, in terms of like not complete strangers. Nowadays, it's definitely just a public fucking square that anyone can fucking see.
Including a whole bunch of Russian propaganda bots.
Yep.
Which, by the way, was most of the users for this thing.
I did find that one of my friends on Facebook said, "Hey, there's a clone of you out there, and you just saying like awful stuff." I'm like, "Damn."
Wait, really? Oh, wait. It's just
I didn't create like that. No, yeah, it's just me.
It's just you.
It's just me.
Well, don't worry. No. There's always somebody worse, and this time it's Twitter guy's dad. This is a gross one.
That dude's still alive?
Yeah. Yeah.
How old is Elon Musk?
Elon Musk has got to be...
Bro, Elon's in his 50s.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why is he built like that?
Well, that's a good question.
He's 54.
Whatever, bro. I don't know why he's built like that.
So the New York Times has done an extensive investigation into Errol Musk. Now,
What a fucking name.
yeah, well, he's like South African, like oligarchy. So where it gets less fun
What
is
a
that
fucking name.
Yes. Yes.
he inappropriately. So this is the guy. Do you remember how he's like, oh, he got married to his stepdaughter?
Yeah, he groomed his stepdaughter.
Yeah, he definitely like groomed his stepdaughter, and then yeah, and like Elon Musk even tried to like banish his dad back to South Africa and keep the family in America, but then they were like, no, we have to go back.
God.
And so it just continued, and so this is just yet another woof. Gross. And and Elon's mom is still alive as well, but they've been separated for a long time. And
isn't his mom who he went to live with when he came to the Americas, or to North America? Because he went to live with her in Canada, I think. And then he came over to the States on a student visa, and then never fucking did anything else.
Yeah, that
started
sounds
grifting.
right.
Started grifting.
Yeah, that sounds correct. Yeah.
I mean, he came on a student visa. He shouldn't have been working either, but he opened up his own
Yeah,
company.
exactly.
You know.
He opened up his own company. He got all kinds of money. He got government contracts,
Damn.
etc., etc.
Damn, he should. Somebody should call ICE.
Yeah. Send back the most richest man in the world.
Yes.
Oh, not anymore.
No, he's still richest, man. He what's his name? Larry Ellison was only richest for a few days.
Yeah. Then more government contracts kicked in for Elon, I'm sure. Speaking of government contracts, a bunch of them are probably going to be canceled here real soon, unless IPAC Shakur and old man Schumer like grow their balls back. But a government shutdown right now, it sucks for a lot of people, like no doubt about it. But they can't have an authoritarian government when nobody's getting paid. People will stop. Like even ICE will stop getting paid. So letting the government.
Yeah, I mean that I don't think that's gonna make a fucking difference to them. You know, they're doing this just to get their kicks.
Yeah, probably. But I do think that the Democrats need to let the government shut down before more harm can be fucking done.
Yeah, well.
So
I don't have strong faith in Chuck Schumer on anything. So
no.
Yeah, no, he's gonna send a strongly worded letter to Trump again, and then what's his fucking AIPAC should.
Yep.
It is a funny one where like I know public opinion about the Democrats is at an all-time low. We can't trust them to do anything, even though
Yeah.
That's what
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. That they're just always going to continue being controlled opposition. That's why they don't want to. That's why they don't want to get behind people like Zoran Mamdani.
Yeah.
Or fucking or Bernie Sanders, who's been around for forever.
Yeah, literally 100 years.
You know that man gave Jesus his fucking first diaper change.
He was there in the manger. What a beautiful baby. And he shall be the one who I am. And bring me the soup.
That's a good that's a good ass invitation, bro.
I'm a Bernie fan. I feel the burn, you know.
So damn good.
I actually saw he was down in the
shit.
Uh-oh.
FCC about reporting us.
No, to the gulag.
For what?
For mentioning Bernie Sanders ate more than I'm like once.
Oh yeah. We've been demonetized. Like we're gonna owe money on this video.
Oh god damn it.
Yeah, I was watching a video of Bernie Sanders in like the deep South talking to people who voted for Trump, and he was just like, "Not so scary, am I?" And they're just all laughing. And then he was like, "Am I allowed to sit here, or are you gonna get in trouble?" So it was pretty funny watching him talk to people.
Yeah.
So
that was pretty good. I did see that one where he went over like West Virginia.
Yeah, that's the one.
Because West Virginia used to be a very like Democratic leaning place.
Yep.
So it's a really good watch.
Yes, follow Bernie Sanders on social media for fun and uplifting things like that. Okay, we already. Oh yes, so this is this is Trump being an asshole.
Okay, there's nothing new about this. What? Hang on, what's new about that?
What's that?
That's nothing new.
No, that is nothing new. No.
Sorry.
But this is, and then so one of the big things we need to talk about this week is that there was an executive order classifying Antifa as a terrorist organization. Now, we talked about it last week that an organization has to have leadership and things. It has to be a thing, and Antifa is not a thing. It's a state of mind. So I don't know how they're going to.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a set of ideas that are considered, and anti-fascist. Like if you're trying to categorize this as an organization, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I saw on Reddit somebody posted I asked ChatGPT what a fascist was, and it didn't describe Trump exactly, but it described everything he's doing. And I'm like, yeah, go on. And so they're just but I didn't think he was a fascist. So people are finally starting to get it, maybe.
Oh no!
Well, that's the other thing is they want to they want to criminalize it for us to call them fascists, which is what it is, because that's exactly what fascists do, by the way. And platforms like YouTube and Twitch, if they pick up the word fascist, again, you're still off the algorithm, you're demonetized, blah blah blah.
So fascism is now a slur, just like I guess.
Wait, how are we still here?
Demonetized?
What's that?
How are we still here?
Oh, good question.
You just said it 69 times.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, it's fine.
Yes. So at any rate, this is Trump's take and also his and it's a little hard to hear, so I'll put subtitles on, but because they're on Air Force One. But this is NPR asking him about Antifa.
Antifa, what you posted. NPR, sir. Regarding
I heard they were gone.
They are?
Are they still here? Oh, good. Congratulations.
Yeah. Regarding designating them a terrorist organization, when they don't have defined leadership or membership, how do you target them?
Who does it?
Antifa.
We're going to find out, right? We're going to see.
Oh, yeah.
We've been talking about it for a long time. We're going to see. Did they have anything to do with your network?
Now, so that's the president straight up saying Antifa and NPR are related.
Yeah.
Which is really stupid. Now, this is Reese Waters. This is another YouTube channel I think everybody should check out if you haven't. I watch all of his stuff, and I think he has really good insights to pretty much everything. So these are his thoughts on it now, and I just want to play a little bit of that.
Is that Trump just connecting NPR to Antifa? Huh. In this media landscape with elevated tensions, hey, Disney, I think that was ill-timed. That sounds ill-timed. Unlike when he attacked your reporter before and after your suspension of Jimmy Kimmel. That timing was perfect.
Jimmy back.
So, that's the same thing. He's just going to keep NPR can no longer do anything because they're Antifa. That's whenever it's going to be something they don't like, it's going to be Antifa, or it's going to be not well timed and things of that nature. And words like, oh, we can't say Epstein or authoritarianism because brands don't like it. Yeah, oh, we'll get to the files. That might actually be happening at some point, maybe, hopefully. But yeah, so free speech is definitely under attack by the Trump authoritarian regime. That is what fascists do, and they are speed running fascism. So
Yep, they already have the targets ready to set and go. So they're just waiting for an event. Like
he's
they're
gonna
shooting Charlie Kirk or whatever. So.
Yep, and like he's already said he's gonna target Seth Meyers and Jimmy Fallon, and apparently South Park was one of the rumored ones that he was going after, which doesn't surprise me because they keep putting out hits, in my opinion. All right, we had a shooting at an ICE facility in Dallas, Texas. And of course, immediately, like the vice president and a bunch of other fucking dick riders jumped on and said, this was an attack on law enforcement, and the left is inspiring these attacks, these violent attacks on the peacekeepers of the United States. And then it turned out it was against detainees there. So then they all shut the fuck up.
Didn't they have literally anti-ICE on the rounds?
So, and that supposedly yes, and Cash Money Patel tweeted it out, and it looked real suspect, I guess is the word I want. Like, why would you tweet that out? So who knows? But here's the thing: is they've been real quiet about this guy ever since. So, you guys know anything more about this shooting?
No, not really.
Yeah, because
I'm trying not to report
didn't
on
the
things
guy
that,
like off himself?
That's the thing, right?
Yeah. Died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Was located on the roof of a nearby building. Good Lord.
Maybe we should build bigger walls on these roofs.
Or, we should just have, no violence. That would be easier.
Maybe we should build like giant walls around everything so that we can keep the immigrants out, the shooters out,
the bullets out. Yeah.
Yeah, we should just keep everything out.
Yeah.
Who needs? We because what else we can do to stop all this like weird gun violence?
Yeah.
Can't be passing any common sense laws or anything like that.
No, can't be trying to figure out why these people are upset with everything.
Yeah.
And shooting.
Yeah. Why has nobody intervened in their life, which is probably not that great so far. Okay, so we also, speaking of violence begetting violence, there was another mass shooting in North Carolina, and this is a weird one. Again, this happened last night, and what supposedly happened is a guy got on a boat, and I'm not sure if it's a river or a lake.
It was a river. He was coming down a river, and he basically just started shooting at this.
It's a bar.
Bar that was, on the water. Started shooting at the patrons over there, and then he turned around and fucking left. And the Coast Guard found him loading his shit up on a dock like a couple miles away.
And so we don't have a motive or anything yet for, again, why this is happening.
No, not really. I mean, the guy was, I'm not hesitant, but I'm remiss to say that he's a former Marine.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to have been, conservative leaning, but that's, neither here nor there.
Yeah, that could mean nothing. That could mean everything.
Yeah. There's no telling what the motive actually was.
Right. But he is alive, so
yeah,
maybe we'll get at least an explanation for this senseless act of violence. Because I don't know, people do stupid things at bars, but like, good Lord.
Like I said, we got to once again build the walls, bag up better. Just wrap every town with giant walls. See? No, but it's crazy. So this is nuts. And it's bad. Just a drive. First we had drive-bys in the hood. Now we have go-bys.
Sorry to cut in, but apparently this was highly premeditated.
It seems like it would have to be because
right.
And so maybe not to jump to too many conclusions and put my investigative hat on. This hat says trucks, but it's with such a coordinated attack like this. This seems like something like maybe he was trying to shoot certain people, carry out a targeted homicide, but
Yeah.
against 3 people and then 8 others. Good Lord.
So that's just a spray and pray, it sounds like.
Yeah.
But looks like he probably knows who's eating at the thing. So, you know, like.
Yeah. And it sounded like he was using a rifle with a silencer and a scope.
Oh, for real? So,
Yeah.
okay. So what kind of gun was he using? It's like an AR? Or
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Short-barreled AR with a scope and a sound suppressor.
Jesus.
Yeah. 40-year-old dude. Good Lord.
Well,
it sounds like he had PTSD and other mental health issues.
Yeah.
But of course, this is I hate to get political about it, but of course, this is being painted that way now.
but he has such a cool name though, Nigel Max Edge.
His apparently his former name is actually Sean.
Sean Max Edge. Oh my god.
Sure.
No, sorry. No, this is bad. This is once again, this is bad. We don't condone violence.
No.
And I don't know what's going on with this guy, but the fact that we're just turning to using violence and shooting to solve our problems instead of I don't know. Yeah.
As somebody who also has PTSD, we don't do enough in this country to take care of people who suffer from mental health issues.
We don't do enough to take care of people, period.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. So normally that's what I have for like scheduled topics. And then I'm just gonna do the thing now where I'm gonna go to ground. I have some other ones that I'm gonna pull up and talk about. And then we'll just talk about because they're either minor or I forgot them. How does that sound?
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. So the U.S. revoked the Colombian president's visa after he attended a pro-Palestine protest in New York. Which is...
Did you actually see the speech he gave to the UN?
The Colombian president's?
Yes.
I didn't, actually.
Let's watch
it. We should watch it. It's. I mean, I think it's pretty good. I don't know much about the Colombian president, but historically, the South American countries have a tendency of having, fairly, I guess, shitty leadership. And I don't know I'm not too familiar with what's going on in Colombia right now in terms of economics. If there's any sort of conflict, et cetera, but he put everything that he said in a good, it came across to me as in a good light.
Sure. Let's take a watch and listen then. And his name is Gustavo Petro Urrego.
Address by His Excellency Gustavo Petro.
Oh, and it's very quiet.
Urrego, President of the Republic of Colombia. I request protocol to escort His Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
These are raw reactions to the Colombian president from us.
Did you want my raw reaction? Because I was like, man, it looks like somebody's leading an inmate somewhere.
No, go ahead. I just want to let our audience who are listening on a podcast know.
This is my last statement as president here. It's the 4th time. In my first speech, I announced that it was very likely that there would be conflicts in Ukraine and Gaza and in Palestine, and that I suggested that there be a peace conference. But those who don't have bombs or large budgets are not heated here. Well, 4 years later, the horrific situation in Palestine did not lead me to think that almost the same thing could happen in the Colombian Caribbean area, where unarmed young people are being shot at with missiles in the open seas. And now we are in a different situation. Perhaps it's more global, a kind of Stone Age.
I don't think this
that
translator
has
is going to
descended
get a
on all of humankind. Missiles against 17 unarmed young people in the Caribbean Sea, some of them Colombians. The persecution, imprisonment, and expulsion of millions of migrants, missiles.
Yeah, this
that have
translator
killed some
sucks.
70,000
You can just stop it. I'll
people
give
in
you a
Gaza. The lack
TLDR.
of action.
Excellent.
So essentially, he spoke about how the U.S. and Israel are particularly, I guess, disposed to acting like they are the chosen people of God, and that's why they use migrant policies to try and stop climate change. I guess discussions. They're basically painting. It's basically a problem that Israel and the U.S. have with acting like they're the only, I guess, societies that deserve anything that's worth anything. And I just actually did a little bit of research. I wouldn't call it research, but I just went up and looked up his page on the Wikipedia, and he actually has passed a lot of government policies in Colombia that have contributed to decrease in deforestation in the Amazon, Colombia. So he's doing good from what I can tell.
That's good.
But yeah, he basically just spoke out against the U.S. He condemned he condemned what's going on in Palestine. He doesn't agree with Israel's attempt at hegemony over the Middle East, essentially.
Right.
Because that's what's going on, if you ask me.
Yes. That's what they want in South America.
I mean, they're used to, dealing with hegemonic stuff, right? Over there, it's like first came us, they had their own little thing that we take over every so often, right? We send our CIA to try to topple their governments, right? It's they're used to being, enslaved by some kind of Western power, which I guess is another Western power, like us. And it's interesting, seeing them kind of grow as a new democracy, if you want to say it that way. So.
Yeah, it's really and it's nice to see smaller countries stand up to like Trump and the other policies and stuff as well, because we have to get into the mindset that this is a world and we're all neighbors and we should probably try get along a little bit. So, and it's not that hard. I don't know. Don't starve children to death. Not that hard, right? Speaking of which, the flotilla out there and let's not forget everybody. We've been vocal critics of conflict in Palestine and the genocide that is absolutely taking place there. The Freedom Flotilla, is that the name of it? That Greta Thunberg is on. They're actually getting escorts from Italy and Spain in international waters because they've been attacked by drones multiple times.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's literally Israel committing war crimes. So, who would have thought? Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, this is a bad one. So right now, ICE is trying to flex their might in Chicago as much as they can, and in Iowa, all around. And so what they ended up doing was arresting and detaining the school superintendent of Des Moines, claiming that he is an immigrant fugitive, even though he's been working there for, how long was it? 8 years?
Yeah, that guy's been around a while.
Yeah. And so, again, this is just targeting people of color's community leaders and trying to silence them just because of the color of his skin and because he was from a different country. And so there are huge protests breaking out all over, Chicago and Des Moines and all those areas. Trying to stop ICE's activities. And there was one Friday night at the ICE facility in Chicago that they apparently like deployed gas and pepper balls and everything like that. So they threw a 110-pound congressional candidate on the ground. Oh, and then there was that guy that was in New York where that guy threw that lady like into a wall.
That fucking guy is allegedly suspended. I don't expect him to be suspended for long.
Allegedly suspended that guy, which is good because that was a clear. I don't know why you fucking.
That's good.
That.
Allegedly.
Yep. Okay, so now like this is where we're gonna be like, see, we're not so partisan, because this former George Soros financier was
still haven't gotten my checks. I don't expect him to get my checks now that that guy is getting
turns
charged.
Out he was also like a pervert. Maybe it didn't really. So as usual, exploited wealth, status, and NDAs to recruit and silence victims over a decade-long period in violent BDSM acts.
What?
Yeah, in a Manhattan penthouse dungeon. And so they're potentially facing life sentences for that, which is all gross. We really all these rich and powerful people who can't find happiness think that like torturing people and all these depraved sex acts is going to bring them happiness, but it won't. They'll never be happy. And so this is just why we cannot have this rich, like, ruling cabal of weirdos. So yeah, eat the rich. Long story short, there.
I don't think they would taste very good, so I'm gonna pass.
That's fair.
I mean, that's where you're wrong, sir. They don't taste amazing because they don't do any work, so the meat's going to be very fatty. And
It'll be very fatty and tender. You know what? Maybe.
You don't want to eat the pork because the pork has stringy meat. I know for a fact.
Soros long meat.
That's right. So we all know. The long pig. You want all the long.
By the way, George Soros sucks. Just FYI, like we don't like that guy is like he sucks, and he's like I can't believe they're still blaming him for like all this stuff. He's been like an ineffectual old man for like 20 years already. He's been irrelevant.
Bro, he was old when I was fucking young.
Yeah, he's been irrelevant for a long fucking time, and they can't fucking let him go. George Soros, fucking biggest drama queens. Speaking of drama queens, Trump has ordered the declassification of any Amelia Earhart records.
Why? We know she got eaten by crabs.
Yeah, well, that's definitely true. But probably just because he's like, I don't know, they want these Epstein files so bad. Give him some other files. Give him the MLK.
They start
files.
with an E. They start with an E.
That's true. We're getting to Epstein. It's right after Earhart. Promise. Pinky promise.
Christ.
So, yeah. And yes, she, like, if you don't know, Amelia Earhart, a famous female pilot from way back in the day when that was less common.
Less common? That shit was, like, non-existent.
That's fair. That's a good point. She did pioneer pilot.
Nowadays, you can call it less common.
Unless you're...
Back then, that shit was fucking impossible.
I don't think Charlie Kirk would trust her as a pilot.
No, he definitely wouldn't.
Yeah.
He would tell her
maybe
to
I wouldn't either. I don't know. She
husband.
definitely flew into the Bermuda
I don't know if
Triangle.
we just any pilots of that time frame. You know, it's like Amelia Earhart flying, right? It's like just a little bit right before we start launching rockets and testing rockets, you know, for people. And, you know, when the heck was she?
And then they thought they found like a wreckage of the plane, but then they sent somebody there and it was just coral reef. So some think she's still alive to this day. How old would she be? I gotta find.
Nah, bro, she's crap.
If she was alive today, she'd be like 130.
Perfect. Some say she might still. Yeah, it's in 1897. Yeah, some say she might.
She
still
found
be alive
Atlantis.
Sorry, So she lost. Yeah. So 1937 when she disappeared. So
She
it's
was
like,
only the 16th woman to earn a pilot's license. So you're right. It was way less than uncommon. Good call.
I mean, it's also like in my brain, it's just a few years before that, Yuri Gagarin, the first like Russian pilot was born. So it's Russian like space dude, astronaut, I
Yeah.
guess we call him, or cosmonaut.
Cosmonaut, yeah.
Yeah, so like
Comrade.
it's crazy. This shit crazy. She could have been on, the Soyuz or whatever.
So speaking of like all this Antifa stuff and censorship and all that kind of shit, it's all part of the authoritarian plan to send more troops into more
Is that a
American
Stanley
cities.
Cup?
No comment.
Wow.
You
How
fucking
much did that
queen, you.
cost?
It's not a Stanley Cup.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
It's just a pink
You
knockoff.
fucking
of-
generic queen, you.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't like $200 or something.
No, yeah, it's fine. It's from Walmart.
What,
It
since
was the
when the
cheapest-
fuck is Stanley considered $200?
when they learned
worth
they can
of-
make money off it because
Yeah.
stupid people from TikTok keep buying this shit.
Yep.
Oh
correct.
my fucking god!
It's called supply and
I
demand.
hate
But
this fucking timeline.
Late stage capitalism.
remember, kids, you
Can
buy
we
a
get to the
Lafufu,
end?
You have to tap the face. If it's not hard, it's a Lafufu.
I've never even seen one in person.
Good for you.
Oh, yeah. We're a little removed from things here in North Dakota, which is maybe a good thing. But at any rate, now Trump is saying he's going to send troops to Portland.
Oh yeah, to the war-torn city of Portland.
Portlandia, yes.
Yes.
I already saw a video this morning while I was out smoking of a guy in Portland, and he was like, yes, war ravaged. It was just like a beautiful morning of him walking his dog in the park. It was just like, yeah, man, like it's not that, like, Portland's a pretty nice city. So, well, it is full of hipsters.
No, see, that's what people say. That's when people say that kind of shit. Like, is it though? Those things they're trying to challenge you. No, Portland's a nice city.
Yeah, Portland
Don't
is a
let
nice city. It's expensive to live there, but that's
Very nice.
that's any major city now.
That's any major city these days. Yes.
Yep.
That's true.
So, yeah, and he's exactly right. All that because there's a dozen people protesting at an ICE facility there, and they won't go home. And supposedly they made 2 arrests for the members of Antifa. We might have to reach them for comment to see if they're stoked about being the first 2 actual members of Antifa.
So are they the founding members of Antifa then?
They are now.
They're the founding titans.
I'm sure that's what Cash Money Patel will say about them. So, what they would, and he's like, and I'm authorizing lethal force. Like, okay, they're not going to shoot anybody. The National Guard definitely doesn't want to shoot a civilian. So, we'll see how this goes. But remember, they can't do this shit overnight. And they were going to do this in Chicago, and they chickened the fuck out because everybody protested. So, get out there.
I mean, it wasn't just everybody. It was like the entire like political system in the area, in that state and city was completely against it. So Oregon needs to do the same thing.
Yep, absolutely. And I think they will. And again, this is just another thing to distract us from the Epstein files.
You know, at this point, I kind of think that the Epstein files are a distraction for all the other bullshit they're doing in the background.
That very well could be as well.
I think so. Because we did have some releases on the new Epstein files.
Yes.
Yeah,
Peter Thiel
there's
is
a
in them.
couple. Yep, there's a couple members of from the House and Senate that are actually doing their fucking job. Believe it or not.
And now we have a new Democratic House member, I believe out of Arizona, for a special election, who will be the final signature to tip it over to get those files released. If the 4 Republicans that are on the side of releasing them also stay there. And those are Thomas Massey, and this seems like kind of his thing, so I think he'll stay. But the other ones are Nancy Mace, Lauren Boebert, and Marjorie Taylor Greene. So
you indeed.
Yeah. So
didn't she post something about or didn't she say something about she's like happy and shit, and if something happens to her, it's gonna be like somebody did something to her.
Oh,
yeah,
they're gonna Epstein her.
Yeah.
That I'd believe.
And then I think like Netanyahu replied about it.
Oh, Jesus.
For some reason, like if you're not doing anything, why are you commenting on it?
Yeah.
Remember, if I disappear, blame it on the J words. That's what she said.
Jeez, is that's what she said?
Let me actually look it up. I just made that up out of the top of my head.
Oh, okay. I believe it is the problem.
That wouldn't be far fetched.
She already uses a bunch of slurs and shit. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is famously also the Jewish space laser lady.
Yeah. Sorry, Miss Green. I mean no disrespect. I promise. Just a little bit to everything you do isn't saying much. Not that.
Alrighty, let's take a look at ground.news. We are not sponsored, probably because they would never sponsor us, and that's fine. But I think their service is good enough that you should look into it and give them money, because it really does help you parse the news in a way that won't give you a mental illness. So we're on ground.news. We already talked about this horrible shooting in North Carolina. What else we got here? Yep. Nobody, and guess what? Nobody likes the National Guard being deployed to their city for no fucking reason. Let's see. You guys got anything? Ooh, Cash Money Patel. Eating fruit could slash effects of air pollution on lungs.
No. Go back up to that Cash Patel story.
Yeah. Okay.
Go back up to that Cash, because allegedly there's something going around saying that there's 274 plainclothes agents in the fucking January 6th bullshit.
Okay.
But like, what the fuck? They said that they arrived for crowd control after the riot began.
Oh, so it was a riot. It wasn't a peaceful protest.
Yeah, they can't get their fucking shit straight.
It sounds like.
Who was president on January 6th?
That was Biden, right? Yeah.
I don't think it was. Not yet.
It was Joe Brandon.
I wonder what this means.
No, Joe Brandon hadn't been president yet.
No.
He hadn't started.
Let's see. What else do we got here? Trump asks Somalian president if he'd like to take Ilhan Omar back. By the way, not born there.
Let me tweet at, or let me fucking X at fucking Xi Jinping and ask him if he wants Tommy back.
Yeah, exactly.
No, don't send me back.
Glorious leader.
For the love of God, don't send me back. I don't even speak the language.
Well, you'll pick up quick.
Yeah, you'll be all right. I have faith in you.
Microsoft is actually going to stop the use or pull the licenses for Israel to be using their products, because they were used to illegally survey Palestine for like 2 decades. But now oh no, I have to go volunteer at the old folks home to get my social credit back. So, yeah, basically, everybody was being super critical of Microsoft for just like, Israel, they're cool. They got money that they get from the government that they just give back to us for shit. Well, they've been using fucking Israeli or, surveillance and stuff on Palestine and stuff for years. And people were like, this is not ethical. And now finally they're like, oh, it is bad over there. Thank you. 10 years too late.
They're like, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Alrighty, let's check.
Hey. Fucking the Comey indictment that they started
Oh
and
yeah,
have
that's pretty
fucking
important.
botched
What's
and
her
have just
fucking name?
completely fucked it up. I don't know who the fucking attorney
So
bringing this shit is, but evidently she submitted fucking paperwork that's incorrect with a bunch of spelling errors,
yeah, that sounds
etc.,
right.
etc.
Yeah.
And
I
so
was
this
reading this a bunch
gal who is
mad about this. Yeah.
she is the like interim prosecutor, Lindsay Halligan. The bare bones indictment secured by the prosecutor, Trump loyalist Lindsay Halligan, is exceptionally weak, former prosecutors and legal experts say. Fundamental problems with the case itself, as well as the unusual events that preceded the indictment, will make it difficult to bring Comey to trial, let alone secure a conviction. And so this is literally just Donald Trump appointing one of his cronies as a prosecutor to find crimes for his enemies. That is dictator shit. I don't know any other way to put it.
That is real dictator shit right there.
Yeah, is there a picture? What's her name? Lindsay Halligan?
Yeah, let me look her up.
She definitely looks like one of them. Oh, let's type it in.
She kind of looks like I can't tell if she's blonde or not. She's got like highlights and some pictures show her with like brown hair.
Okay, well, she looks like that, one of them. And so she's also supposedly a grade A bitch, but she's one of them.
Aren't they all?
Yeah. And also, if she's willing to like fake chart and like this isn't gonna go anywhere. Like this is a total miscarriage of justice. So she was a model. She was an ex-beauty queen.
Oh, that's good
She
for her.
probably. Oh, actually, now that you mention it, Erica Kirk was also on the quote unquote model for a lot of Trump's pageants.
The beauty queen, the pageant circuit.
Yeah, on the pageant circuit for the Trump.
Yeah, sure was. I think that's wife number 9 or whatever he's on next.
I don't know. I think he's on wife number 6.
Oh,
would it be 5? I don't know.
Who knows?
Sorry. Maybe
they're all interchangeable. Let's see what else. You guys got anything?
Nope.
We could bitch about Magic the Gathering. We were doing that a little bit.
Sure, we can bitch about Magic the Gathering.
Y'all can do that. I'm gonna go check on my food.
He's gonna go check on his food. He's gonna go make another latte.
No, that's enough lattes for today.
That's fair. Oh, let's check in on this. Let's see.
Oh, on the Gaza
Go ahead.
Oh, what?
Oh, I thought. What were you gonna say?
I got nothing.
Oh, I was just gonna say Trump also forgot the names of countries and dear glorious leader, please practice your speeches at least once in the mirror.
I mean,
please.
Oh man, why would he practice speeches?
Because like that's the thing, right? We're trying to expect
that.
You can't expect our president to do things that he has never ever done, and like it's not our first go around of him being president. So I don't know why we expect him to do anything different. I just expect him to be, I just expect him to be so bad. The man doesn't understand social norms, cues, and stuff. He's used to the world bending on his, his tiny weird penis.
Yes.
So So in this case here, I think we mentioned earlier, what is the difference between all these different countries? I don't know, but the president should know.
Right. Well, let's see. Where was this?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Basically, we have an executive order. Well, first of all, Trump already issued an executive order to end birthright citizenship, which he really can't do. But now he's asking the Supreme Court to let him do that. So that's
and I'm inclined to believe the Supreme Court's just gonna let him do it.
And like if that's the case, like the rule of law, especially like federal law in this country, kind of means nothing, and it kind of has meant nothing in the last couple of months because it doesn't matter. Trump's gonna, we already have weird data and them deleting the Department of Justice like reports on left-wing and right-wing terrorism and things of that nature. So they're going to build whatever narrative they want and use the law enforcement however they please. And Cash Money Patel has no soul, so he's just going to do whatever Trump says, unless he gets fired.
So yeah, this does remind me of, I guess, a nice little podcast I heard earlier from, once again, 99% Invisible. So, that's Roman Mars. He's doing, I think, episode 2 of his constitutional breakdown, where he talks about the separation of powers. And one of the ideas that was being floated is that historically, when it came to how the framers decided how the government should work, they expected everything to be very adversarial, where people had their little fiefdoms. This is the legislative, this is the executive, and they're supposed to fight against each other to try to maintain power.
Balance power.
But the balance of power, as we always say. But it's different now because there's so much collusion in between the different parties of government. That is what makes things kind of very awkward and strange. And none of the things that are normal should work because there was never such heavy collusion. So. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm of the opinion that the Roberts Court is and should be treated as if it never existed once this is over. But unfortunately, J.B. Pritzker and gruesome Gavin Newsom both think that Trump is going to try to suspend the 2028 elections. And I agree that is something he's going to try, because pretty much a bunch of special elections, like we saw the one in Arizona get flipped to a Democrat. There's a bunch of special elections actually happening in Florida at the state level that are flipping to Democrat very heavily. So this might continue to be a trend. And in that case, I think Donald Trump and his cronies and Stephen Miller and all those pieces of shit are going to be like, election security. They're rigging the elections. We're suspending the elections. And then everybody who is pissed off about that will get labeled as Antifa. That's my theory. What do you guys think?
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, so...
I had somebody told me this week that, like, after seeing the executive orders and all that sort of stuff and what they were, classifying as, because was it an order to the FBI about people who have a negative view toward the traditional American family are terrorists, like pre-crime. Was used in the order. I don't think so, but I don't think it was an executive order.
No, I don't think it was an executive order. I know it was like I hate that, I don't want people to just start like, hey, we got to start legislating from like, Twitter and Truth Social on these things. But it kind of feels
Nepal elected a leader over Discord.
Yeah, but they're kind of, in the process of overthrowing their stuff. So it was good, in second place was just any random Nepali person. So, so I don't know if I want to, trust that one.
They got some ideas. What I'm saying.
They do got some ideas.
That goes back again too. Like maybe they're like, is our way better? It hasn't worked out very good for most people so far.
You got a point there.
Yeah. So yeah, this, if they try to end birthright citizenship, then they're going to try to end the next type of citizenship, and then they're going to try to anybody who's not white and the people we like is not a citizen anymore. So we can deport you or put you in a camp or whatever. And we've been saying this since before the election, because we knew this was going to happen, because they said they were going to do all this in Project 2025. And now all those people who authored Project 2025 work for Trump in the cabinet.
Jesus, that's crazy.
So yeah, anybody, I had a guy where this was going. He was like, I'm afraid that maybe one day somebody will come in the night for me. And I'm like, yeah, that might happen. You might have to get used to that. Like, you might have to feel like, what the inside of an internment camp or a jail cell looks like. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. So get used to it. It's still gonna get worse. Like, ICE is gonna start wiping out friendlies anytime now, I'm sure. I saw a clip of an ICE guy pulling somebody over, and he had a big old swastika tattoo. I was like, oh, cool. That's good recruiting standards right there. And then I saw another one of a guy who was like going back to Canada, and an ICE agent was like trying to pull him over like before, like only a couple hundred yards from the border, and he's like, no, fuck you. And the border agent was like chasing him. He's like, never come back to the United States. He's like, okay, like, what are you gonna do? So I don't know. Their recruitment standards are obviously much worse, and well, especially once if the government does shut down, I'm interested to see what's going to happen if and when they're going to get paid at all, if they're going to keep working. So, but they do have some provisions in place for like emergency powers and emergency pay, and not to mention they have all that money from the tariffs they've been collecting from us that they could just put into their pockets. That's all I know. Anything else, boys?
Not on top of my head.
Not off the top of my head either. I don't want to call it a subdued week. We had a few minor wins. Definitely feels like an Empire Strikes Back week. Kimmel's back. Go watch that monologue if you haven't. Like I said, he's got a level of class and grace that I wish I had.
I mean, I guess it said, I don't need to tell our incredibly educated audience this about how much that the editorialization of, how the media takes like a certain stat or something and then kind of bends it over. Like, y'all know that, the media is not to be trusted sometimes, but some of it is, and it's difficult to parse like what the statistics and stuff kind of mean in context, right? So the thing I think I sent you, Justin, an article earlier today about just very strange stat. I'll just put it in the chat, I guess. Hang on. So it's from like Axios or whatever. Oh shit.
We'll read that.
We do. Yeah.
Forgot about
that. That's right. We also have this one here: ultra conservative GOP busted for child porn. Yeah.
Yep. Using the Joe Biden screen name.
Mm-hmm. That seems to be a lot. That seems to be something that happens a lot. Yeah.
Yep.
They're all projecting.
Yep, they sure are. Well, this guy's from South Carolina.
Tommy's talking about the media, and I take everything with a grain of salt. Is
even us
what I think it should come down to. Yeah, even us. We're as much as we try to be neutral, we're probably pretty biased.
Oh yeah, we're definitely partisan for sure.
But you should look at things in a pretty neutral view. You should try to make your own opinions as much as possible.
You should, when doing proper research for something, you should know you're doing research, because it will be boring. It will not be as fun as you were hoping. Like researching autism and the link between it should not be a bunch of fun YouTube videos you found that blame vaccines.
Mm-mm.
When really, all of that work has been done by people who are way smarter than you, and you can go look up their research. It's that simple.
That's right.
And you can even look up how that research is checked and how they know that these theories are accurate. And doesn't that sound boring? Because yes, it is. And that's what research is.
That's why it's boring. That's why research is. And I think that people need to get off their fucking, I guess, ego-driven lives and accept that people are smarter than them at this specific thing. Just because, for example, Tommy's better than me at fucking programming and shit doesn't mean I just, completely ignore all his other shit.
That's right.
It just it just doesn't make sense for you to ignore somebody based on the fact that you think they're smarter than you. No, that doesn't mean that they're acting like they're
better
smarter
than
than you
you,
in
or-
everything.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's their job to make sure you're informed. They'll make sure that this information is out there so that everybody can get the care and things that they need. Anyways, Tommy, you were talking about the sensationalization of headlines and such.
Sure.
And
So
you sent this article, and we both had talked about it a little.
Yeah. So so this article, and then there's also I sent the second one, which is the actual study or that it kind of did to analyze these things. So
So this is basically cherry picked.
It is and it isn't in a way, right? Because part of it is we have to figure out a few questions on what does this actually data mean, right? So part of it, yeah, in a way, it could be cherry picked, you can say, because first you need to find what are we looking at, and then we'll look at what is this thing you guys call, well, terrorism.
Terrorism.
What's the
right?
definition of the word terrorism?
Right. So then
we have to
and that's
figure
kind
that
of it's kind of important because if you look at just the graph itself, it is trying to, or the headline. The headline says that left-wing terrorism climbs to a 30-year high. So then compared to what? Right? Because then you look at this picture right here, and you can see like the yellow here represents what they're calling left-wing terrorism, while the gray is, well, right-wing terrorism. And to my eyes,
there's a lot more gray on there.
There's a lot more gray overall. But you look at the yellow
on there.
And then you look at the yellow, it says, this is all-time high. But like I'm clearly looking, there's a slightly bigger yellow thing on this graph. Right? So this is the weirdest, I'm going to say weird as in this is incredibly sensationalized. But if you scroll down even further, maybe it's covered by did it asking you to like subscribe, I'm guessing?
No,
okay,
I got
cool.
there.
Great.
Yep.
The actual article does contain real things from the study. A part of it is what they're trying to say is that it's a 30-year high compared to what? And I'm looking at the graph, and I don't see the 30-year high because a 30-year high, that means right now it's 2025. So that means back in 1996, 1995, I should have more what?
Right.
So the headline doesn't match anything, as of course, what the article is actually trying to claim. The actual claim is that in this period of time, for the first half of 2025, we've had it so that the right-wing terrorism is lower than the left wing of terrorism.
Right.
Which is
I would assume that they're probably talking about like burning down like Teslas and stuff as left-wing terrorism, right?
No, that is excluded.
Really?
Because that I had the same thoughts as you. As we were using our own bias to look at these things. What are they talking about?
I mean, it is just property damage, so that's good. It's not really terrorism.
Yeah, so then if you open, I think, the second article, which actually has a link, it actually then is in the appendix. It actually tells you what is excluded. I thought it's because of, my own biases of the Teslas getting on fire.
Sure.
Yeah, so you can take a look through here. So in this case, they're talking about specifically 3 terrorist attacks dealing with Israel and Palestine. So those are and the firebombing. So they've been classifying these as left-wing attacks.
Sure.
Which, that makes sense to you, makes sense to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then why are there not that many, why are there not so many right-wing attacks in the first half of the year? Well, because, they're saying maybe because Donald Trump's policies and whatever he's been saying has been appeasing the right-wing, terrorists, I guess. Possible.
Possible.
But then if you look at a further breakdown of the graphs of, I think it's figure 3, terrorist attacks and plots by United States by perpetrator or orientation. They describe specifically what do you call, it's still mostly red.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still a lot of red.
Yeah, but also specify a different category what you call jihadist, right?
Oh,
so you can
sure.
probably these are the super extreme dudes. But really, this is also just the first half of 2025.
Right.
We were looking at this, and we think about what about the murders of the Minnesota politicians?
Melissa Hortman and her husband, and
What about the
dog.
shooting of Charlie Kirk?
Yep.
Those all happens literally outside of this study,
Correct.
outside of this analysis. So
Correct.
but the news media and other things will take this kind of data, take these headlines, and kind of spin it because they found a way to look at
They
it.
need to
And
get
it really,
clicks.
because the real headline is, is it left terrorism unusually high? And the answer is not really. Yeah.
The real is left-wing terrorism and political violence in the United States, because that's the name of the study. But that doesn't sound cool. That's not going to get people to click on it.
Yeah,
It's not gonna. That's not gonna rage bait me into clicking on it.
So then, if you look at the graphs, right, go back to the figure 3 graphs, and you can see where has left-wing terrorism been on the highest end, right? And you can see it's specifically from 2016, 2020, 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can add, and what kind of events happened during those times, and you and I can probably figure out it's election of Trump. That's
Thanks,
George
Obama.
Floyd. Thank you, Obama.
Yeah.
Election of
Ending
Trump,
your term
George
all
Floyd,
peacefully and shit.
and probably Israel. I think was 2022 Israel stuff. Palestine? No, that was this is last.
Yeah. I
So
mean, that's been going on forever, but yes.
So
yeah,
the data. So
definitely
data
just-
fluency.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's.
It's
why
just
is
one
there
of
so
those
little-
things where you have to, like, looking at this stuff, and especially if you're watching like mainstream media stuff, where like we know Fox News is like definitely guilty of this. Like during the like No Kings protests, they were like, "Oh, it's a war zone," and then they were showing like footage from not that protests, and they were just like where they would just keep showing the burning Waymo over and over and over, even though the fire had been out for hours. You got to think about that kind of stuff. Like, they're going to show you the juiciest part, but you got to think about the rest of it.
So if you go down to figure 6, I think this is also pretty important. Is the idea is known as disrupted plots.
Mm-hmm.
So we have things that are being plotted out all the time, and then a lot of them get disrupted. This is like the job of the FBI and the other.
Yep. They're counterterrorism experts, absolutely.
So
But they were before Cash Money Patel took over.
Before Cash Money Patel took over. And you can see for the most part, of a lot of times, you see the plots, the light blue should be higher than the blue.
Right.
That means that they're doing a good job. And so
weird. It seems like in the Trump there's a lot more.
Yeah, so 2015, I see a big, there's a lot of plots being disrupted right there.
But also a lot more plots going off.
But we also do, there's a lot more plots going off. And now we can look at this data and we can say, hey, are these true? Are we having all the data, or is this just a subset of data? Because this is 750 different data points. So how many things are... So I don't know if there are more than that, or if those are the only ones. It could be just a random sampling of these computers. But I think 750 randomly across like 30-something years, is this enough to represent what's going on in our society? Or just not that many shit happens? These are good questions to figure out about this data. But I'm trying to look at... So I'm looking at the end notes here, but they don't have like... I'm trying to find out where is the list of this data. I know it's pronounced data. Is it pronounced data? Probably pronounced data and datum.
Both are correct, aren't they?
I just pronounce it data because I watch too much Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah. That's all good.
But yeah, so in the beginning, it usually would tell you like how they got this data. So just analyze a data set of 750 terrorist attacks between 94 to 2005.
See, and even this graph itself is like kind of a misnomer because it's like it only goes up to 8.
Correct.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, there's so many. Oh, there were 4 more. Okay, cool.
And now here's a fun one. There is no right-wing graph until you look at figure 4.
Yep. And
so,
yeah.
So what does this tell you? So, so part of it is if you just scrolled through and didn't really read it carefully, you would assume everything's going up. But really, it's a small jump.
Yeah.
But it's a high percentage because
And
going
honestly,
from 2 going to 8.
when the economy was doing better under Biden, as economies do better, crime goes down. And therefore, crime was just generally going down. And now the economy is going to be doing much worse. We're going to have a lot higher crime. That's going to kick in a lot faster than the going down of crime kicks in. So,
so part of the fun one is you also try to back test your theories. What's going on? So we can see from like before 99, right? It looks like there's just a massive amount of terrorist plots. What's going on between 95 to 99? Like
not September 11th.
Because during the time period, what I call the big September 11th like fiesta, you can see it went up a bit, but then it's a steady decrease going all the way down to like there's a little like nadir from 2006, 2007. All of a sudden, going back up again. Yeah. I wonder why. So, anyways, thanks, Obama.
Yep, thanks, Obama.
It's your fault that we're all racist.
Wait. He tried to end racism with a beer summit. Don't you remember?
It's because of Obama.
And that was way before George Floyd. Good Lord, we were naive.
Yeah,
thought we could end racism.
Yeah,
so this and like again on all of these graphs, like especially like that one.
Yeah.
This thing loads like it. Okay, like
it's tough,
the red is still higher than the blue.
Yep.
And then remember, this is only the first half of 2025.
Yep. So from 2004, from 1994 all the way up until 2000. Who's president at the time? These political attacks. Who's in control of things at a time? Does that include religious terrorism? Good question. So if they're including like Palestinian attacks and stuff in here, I would assume. Here, let's just read what they define as terrorism here.
Yes.
It's deliberate use and threats of premeditated violence by non-state actors for political goals and by creating a psychological impact. So religious terrorism, I think, would fall under that for the most part. Yeah. So they defined, in this case, what is left-wing terrorism and what is right-wing terrorism. Left-wing terrorism is motivated as opposition to capitalism, imperialism, or colonialism. Anything that is black nationalism, support for LGBT rights, environmental causes, animal rights. Things that are, pro-communist, pro-socialist, anti-fascists, that's called left-wing terrorism, aka
when they do
our entire
actual
show.
Terrorism, yes.
Yeah, when we do violence, when we do specifically the violence.
Yes.
In this case here, they define right-wing terrorism as racial or ethnic supremacy, opposition to government authority, believing that the government is tyrannical or illegitimate. Remember, this is right-wing, thing. So, QAnon, anti-abortion, particle extremism. It's probably. Let me see if religious things are in here. But it's I don't really see it. They also include incels, terrorism. Go figure.
So now are all these? So if just being part of the Antifa idea makes you a terrorist, does that just mean if you're on Reddit, you're an incel and you're also going to the gulag?
Basically, I think that sounds about right to me.
Cool.
When the social justice warriors are burning down buildings, that's bad.
Oh, yeah.
I think we all agree that's bad. Anarchism. Well,
yeah, anarchism usually doesn't work.
No, it does. So that's the thing, right? This is because of how you categorize these things. You and I can probably disagree on some of these categories. But yeah, it's a giant salad bar. This is tough. Even in this case, former FBI Director Christopher Wray was like, "This is just a giant salad bar of ideologies, kind of mixed together. Sometimes it's not always just political left.
There's no one guy that they're like, oh yeah, it was another one of these."
That's right. Well, so, just keep this in mind. Whatever the media tries to tell us, here's some actual fucking facts.
Yes.
So
research is boring. You need to do it and not Don't do it on vaccines, for the love of Christ. Do it on something that's important. Just get vaccinated. That's all I have to say about that.
Look, vaccines have been doing pretty well. I think I'm pretty pro vaccines.
Yes.
And the odds of you getting what's known as GB syndrome are incredibly low. You probably have, maybe, it.
And it's one of those things that they're pretty much going to know ahead of time, usually.
It's still pretty rare.
And it's incredibly rare.
It is, I think it is treatable.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look real quick before I make up stuff. Yeah, it is recoverable. It is recoverable. It is not to say that there are definitely some children harmed. There are some people that are harmed by vaccines. It's a very small amount.
Yes.
Not saying that these people should be, but it's the good outweighs the bad.
Yes.
Right. So just like there are people that 4 people a year die because of smoke alarms because they have a severe allergy to Americium. So does that mean we should cancel all the smoke alarms?
Yes. Wait, no.
Oh, okay. Well.
Wait, sorry. Yes, no.
If it was yes, then yeah. But the idea is that
sensible smoke alarm laws.
Yes.
For over 3 people a year die from what was it?
Smoke alarms, Americium.
What? Okay.
It's a radioactive. I'm pretty sure it's one of the elements that make smoke alarms kind of work. Is it's radioactive. It's a very rare one, but it's the thing that makes a smoke detector kind of work.
Huh. And there's trace amount of that in there, and people are allergic to it and die, huh?
Or something, right? This is coming out of radiation, right? It's some radiation, some things, but people basically do die because of smoke alarms. And besides them not working, but literally just by being around them.
So. But how many more people die from smoke inhalation and fire?
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, that's the thing where you're going to have politicians, they argue this tiny point, incredibly tiny point, and like, I got you. But that's not how it works. We are a country and we're a people who we have to make decisions, choices, and compromises on what is best for everything.
Yep.
And not this absolute bullshit.
Yep.
So.
And they always love to pick it a boogeyman. Like, okay, who are we? Okay, we're on trans people this week. Okay. So then they're going to pick on trans. They're all mass shooters. And that's what Charlie Kirk was saying when he got shot, which is fucking wild.
Yep. They're going to use this freaking thing. Like, one thing that really pissed me off was reading about, Ronald Reagan and trying to push what's known as the welfare queens. Yeah. Where they're just people, just specifically single black mothers who don't have jobs, but are kind of living off, family, welfare and assistance. It's like that. It doesn't exist. I mean, there may be 1 or 2, and like, I got you, but that's not like a lot of people.
That's not the majority. Like, people use it responsibly, how it's intended. That's what you see. The problem I've seen with it is that a lot of people who do need it don't get it because there are too weird restrictions on it because fucking white people went in and was like, I don't know. That's our tax money you're taking there.
I mean, yeah. I've heard, I've had friends.
There's got to be work requirements. They got to take drug tests.
Because, like, I'm sure, like everybody, we've had friends who have been in these dire situations, and really they feel a big stigma for taking, government assistance.
Yeah.
But they need it. So instead, they borrow money from me. And I'm like, and like, I feel the need to help them. I don't have to. But like, if I don't give them the money, there's a possibility that their like 5-year-old child is going to starve. Yeah. And I'm like, shouldn't be on me. That should be on the government.
Right.
Or, maybe it is on, but
I'm like, let's not like, we're not asking for anything drastic here. And like, again, you should do the research on this because you could find out that all of this shit could get paid for very cheaply if we just took a little money out of military development and just tax the rich just a little bit more.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Hours and
Uh-oh. Only that many? Oh shit.
Oh, we still got some time. We got some time
okay.
left.
All right. That's precious time.
But yeah, it's all,
I'm going to start strengthening my butthole for the gulag.
All right. Just for people not in the chat, the FCC bot has warned us. Our timer has been taken down.
Yeah. Before we're finally declared Antifa.
That's right. Because a group of people only need 3.
Oh no!
If it's 2, it's just a couple.
Oh shit! We're a street gang.
That's right. That's how it works.
Yeah. We're like street preachers. That's what it would be. That's way worse.
Remember, Pete, you cannot tell. Hey, welcome back, Al. You missed my diatribe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
It's fine. He hears me complain about this all the time.
Oh yeah. That's good. Anyways, well, we also have this congresswoman coming out of Arizona, who will be the deciding vote on the release of the Epstein files. Supposedly, if the Republicans who say that they're going to vote to release them stay, except there's been a lot of backroom wheeling and dealing trying to get these people to not vote on it now again, because of course. And then now they're trying to stall her.
Oh, sorry, you're still showing the article, I think.
Oh, yeah. They're trying to stall her. Oh, not that one. It don't matter.
Okay.
It don't matter. None of this matters. They're trying to stall her confirmation just so they can push it back even farther and farther. But the one thing Trump got quoted as saying, like, around the White House is like, I don't know why they want to know. 90s in the Palm Beach was different. Like, no, it wasn't. I remember the 90s. I was in Florida in the 90s. It was a lot like any other fucking place in the 90s. So, yeah, he's definitely got gross shit in there. Well, we already knew. Let every day be a wonderful secret.
That's right. It's getting better. It's better than my Trump impression for sure.
I don't know about that. I'll workshop it. I'll do more preparation for it than he does for his speeches. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah. So was it? Yep. So TikTok is now, I guess, being sold off to American. Like, I don't understand why there's even a post. Why is the government getting involved in this?
We're saving the TikToks. Your favorite Trump. Saving your favorite TikTok.
It's classic fascism bullshit. It's the government getting involved in shit where they don't have an actual place, and I'm assuming they're going to get some form of profit from it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And they're going to be the ones, and they're not hiding it like, oh, we're in control of the algorithm and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, so probably, like, TikTok was already pretty much a fucking cesspool. But now it is definitely time to dump TikTok. Period. I guess see you on Red Note, boys.
Yeah, our social credit's gonna skyrocket.
Hell yeah. Praise glorious leader Xi Jinping.
Well, you can't say that here.
I can't? Oh. I'm disappointed in him at his boredom level during the military parade. I can't stop thinking about that. Just how bored you like.
That's my leader, bro.
Put it back on. Put on the parade.
Okay, yeah. I'll see if I can find it.
It's some of the best parade things I've ever seen in a parade ever. It beat.
But you've never watched parades.
I did. I conferred with my brother. He said we used to watch parades as a kid, and I'm like, I don't remember any of them because they kind of sucked. I performed in parades, so.
See.
He'll introduce the veterans.
Were you one of the little flag twirlers?
I was a pirate.
See, this is what Trump was really hoping that his birthday military parade was going to be, but instead, like 6 people showed up.
Small they were at that time.
This is on the Antifa list for sure.
Oh yeah.
Every time celebrating the parade of.
That show the
I'm just saying, if you're gonna have a parade, you gotta go all out.
Yeah, man.
Look at that, 1945 to 2025. It's such a beautiful thing. Look how big it is,
man. How much slave labor do you think they used to create all that?
I mean, there's only so many.
There goes my social credit score again. Parades have always sucked. Facts.
Look, I mean, don't you want to do this on a Sunday afternoon? Just stand there for the camera. Look how organized you are. Oh my God.
Kind of what we're doing now.
That guy's off time a little bit. He's gonna step back to the mines.
None of them are in sync, bro. They're all gonna get sent to the gulag.
Yeah. This was on
The
TV,
chubby one there, especially, he
idiots.
needs to get sent back.
No wonder Xi Jinping looks so bored. That haircut within regulation. Looks like he's having too much fun.
It's kind of shaggy. They're the hair, but these aren't like soldiers. These are just like your average dude showing up. So
Yeah. Everybody clap.
it's so beautiful.
This is like,
That guy hates living there.
oh yeah. Final nods, final
To
nods.
tell our fallen heroes.
Like the guys in the
Here we
back there,
go.
has a little class.
Country with majestic mountains and rivers, and its people are full of pride and ambition.
Great changes have taken place over the 80 years from
Fireworks, of course.
national flag pole.
Okay.
And from the great victory to the great rejuvenation.
You think that whole military unit, this is just what they do is parades?
Of innumerable difficulties and hardships.
This
I don't
is a road to
know if they ever
national
fired a gun.
independence and people's liberation.
Except
Sure,
those
they have
ones.
in training.
Also a road to national dignity.
Those rifles are awful clean.
And a road to Chinese
Yeah, but those are parade
modernization
rifles.
and a global
Oh, okay.
community with a shared future.
So when
I
we
think-
when we
I don't
did
think
How
these
insane
are
they are! Look at
infantrymen.
them. Look how they're like robots. Oh my
Yeah, I
god,
think they
it's so
literally
beautiful.
just all they do is parade all day.
Oh my god,
That's their job
so
in the
cool.
military.
well, yeah, you have dedicated units for that. When we had, even now, they still have a unit that's just strictly dedicated for parade duties or ceremonial shit like this.
And why was
in
Trump's
Washington
birthday
D.C.
so shitty?
I don't know why. I mean, I
Pete
would
Hedgehog
imagine.
is in charge.
I guess I don't know, bro. But we have a specific unit in the Marines that was stationed over at 8th and I, on DC, in the DC area basically, and that's all they do. They have like Friday evening parades in the summer. Anybody can show up. They do like passing reviews, the band performs, etc., etc. So
It seems cool.
there's no lack of preparation. It's just that, I mean,
I need to move over there.
that fucking parade was just shitty.
Yeah.
Like even when we had change of command ceremonies, we would do parades essentially for the leaving and
Coming in
oncoming
and, yeah.
command. Yes.
That's cool.
That's true. If we just have them parade around since childbirth, they'll be the best paraders ever.
That's true.
That's how come they won the Olympics, because we
These
just
guys
took
just
children.
walk like this all the time now.
Oh,
Yep.
Standing firm on the ground.
It's
of
so
the
insane. Look at
motherland
him. Look at
and
him.
bearing
It's
the
beautiful.
hope of the Chinese nation.
This is what our president wanted.
People's Liberation Army has forged ahead
That guy's cracking a smile. He's trying to hold in a fart right there.
achieving great historic feats.
I know that
for
smile.
the party and the people.
And we got the big
They are
stuff.
also
Oh,
ready to be reviewed by the party and the people.
they're ready to be reviewed.
Oh, those are some good looking police. Those are some good old postal workers right there.
It's the other thing that I keep thinking about is how when he drives by, their heads, they're just like, they lock eyes with like him, even though he ain't looking at them. You don't give a shit. Where are you at, glorious leader? Okay,
Those
we get it.
missiles
You
are
got
so
it.
bright. They're so
You got it.
white.
There we go.
I'm saying this is my favorite part of the parade right here. It's great. It's just from a film. It's just from a Wes Anderson film.
Yep, it sure is.
The Grand Shanghai Hotel. That's fine. Right, see? That's right. Remember in the chat, no protection. That's how safe China is.
That's right. I did not realize that they had lines like drawn on the ground for where they wanted him to drive. That's clever.
Yeah, it's a parade. Everything has to be precise.
Who's this guy driving here? Is that the other Xi Jinping?
I think that's a general or something.
And now they will speak to each other, as politicians in China do. Microphones on the top of a car.
Comrade Chairman,
No,
please proceed.
no, we're not gonna watch the UC parade. It's such a shame compared to the Chinese parade.
Oh no.
The Chinese parade is so good.
Oh yeah. Green flag. No green flag.
Oh, there's green flag again.
And he's off.
They practiced this. Each of the like 100,000 people here have been practicing this for months.
Yeah.
So.
And he does not give a fuck. Nah, thanks.
The head turning it just makes me crack up so much. Oh.
Thanks for coming. Sends me, man.
I think he's just. I mean,
look at how they follow him. Look at how they follow him.
I think he's calling out each like different unit of the thing or something. So
that guy's stoked to be here.
Look, if you're in the front, you better be smiling the biggest you can smile.
Well, thanks for being
Otherwise,
here.
you're gonna get taken out back after the parade. We're in the middle of the parade. You never know. You get replaced by another.
And the soldiers reply, "Hail to Chairman."
Hail to Chairman.
The president then says, "Comrades, thank you for your hard work." To which the soldiers reply, "We serve the people."
The Ladies Cowboy Corps.
Yeah, he's just reading off the individual like cores or whatever. So
that's not what they're called, Tommy.
Whatever. I don't know anything about anything.
The Ladies Cowboy Corps.
Yeah.
What else am I supposed to call them? What do you look like to you? You don't know anything about the Chinese military. I don't know anything about the Chinese. What is the Ladies Cowboy Corps?
That's what we're gonna call them from now on.
Why else would you
deadly
put all the women
fighters.
there? You put all the pretty ones in the front and then everybody else in the back.
He's just like, I don't want to be here. They wouldn't let me wear a hat. It's so bright.
Like you think he's squinting because it's bright? It's not. That's just how he is.
Funny.
That's just his eyes. It's not that bright for him. He's just staring at. I mean, look. He's not squinting. That's just.
Yep. There you are. Bing, bang, boom.
Here, right there, is the phrase,
the bright white missiles. Oh, it's.
Oh, now we got to go back the other way.
The U-turn is just so funny.
It's jauntier music this time too.
It's tough, man. It's tough just standing there for like this entire thing. Like, I mean, I standing in a car is still pretty rough sometimes.
He doesn't give a shit. He's like, yep, okay.
Yep, they're yelling.
Mediocre. We got to get to the guys loading the fucking artillery emplacements.
My favorite
Oh
part.
yeah, that gives Tommy a hard on.
Can't remember where it's at.
It's fine. It's right around here, yeah.
Integrated development of
At least these guys get to sit down.
mechanization and intelligentization.
Oh, not those guys.
The modernization of military
They have to stay standing the entire time. If they move even a muscle,
Straight to the mines.
nope, executed. Summarily executed.
Wait, are they going to drive? Or just gonna
Oh hell yeah!
They're just going to stand there.
Nobody clap.
Commence the march past.
Yeah, this is what Trump wanted. He wanted fucking giant columns of dudes.
Formations and echelons participate in the parade. And most of the weapons and equipment.
Look at them. Look at the way they march. It's beautiful. Right on time. Oh, yeah.
The Aerospace Force formation is making their debut in the
It's like a burlesque show.
police force formation.
It's like a magic eye. If you look a bit far.
Oh yeah, you see a sailboat.
Oh.
Gotta cross your eyes a little bit.
Hold up.
Oh, hang on, we got tanks here. Oh, there's a drone?
They got
everything. Yeah, bro, they got everything. Look at all those tanks. We don't know if their guns work, but they look
just
cool.
like our great leader. We stand out the top of our vehicles as well.
The standing on the vehicle.
But they're not waving at everybody.
Neither was he.
They're only paying attention to the dear leader. No, in the army parade, the people in the tanks were waving at everyone.
Oh, that's cool. That's way better.
Vehicles can carry out various tasks.
Yeah, look at
those are carrying other vehicles.
I'm thinking it's so good.
Those are also
drone tanks.
They're on the, yeah.
Operated remotely and are able to move independently, work flexibly in groups, and make intelligent maneuvers. With that, the Army can make coordinated
They just glued a drone to another little drone, and then put another two little Boston Dynamics drones next to them.
Drone launcher with little General Dynamics dog.
It's like a little drone Pokemon thing. Oh, they're towing their boats.
Yep.
That's fake. That is not real. That's just a fucking grain silo that they painted. Are you fucking kidding me? That is a tube and nothing else.
Yeah, that's just a little submarine drone.
Wait, is that not what submarines look like?
These are made of cardboard. That is not real. Look at that. That is not real.
We're so behind the times. We don't make our boats out of cardboard.
Space age cardboard material.
I think it's never been turned in his life. You just look at it.
Behold, Transformers.
Yeah, look at that. Look at those knockoff UCAVs.
All right, now let's see it fly.
Yeah.
Why is it not flying?
It is flying.
Yeah, look, it's flying. It's look. None of it is touching the ground.
Reaper or something.
It's the Chinese. It's a Chinese. What's it called? The Reaper.
The Cougar. What is the little pointy space one called?
I don't know.
Oh, they got the LEDs and it all lit up too. Nice. That is so fucking fake.
Thunder, Cougar, Falcon, Bird.
It's just like a fucking hind that they painted the windows on.
Nah, bro, it's
So
too small
good.
to be a hind.
This is so good. I love it.
Tommy, the FCC bot's gonna cancel you.
You'll get asylum with Great Leader.
You know what? You probably do qualify for political asylum now.
Yeah, I might need an apartment in Hong Kong too.
They have greatly enhanced modern logistics for the troops.
Yep, it's a yep.
Yep.
Trucks. I like trucks.
Look at that snow runner in real life, except
Yeah,
there's no
right?
It really is. Oh my god. It's... How can we defeat such a mighty military that just takes over the entire city?
Is that just the is that supposed to just be the cone of a nuclear warhead? What are they doing?
That's the actual warhead. Yes,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
the part that splits off the rocket, the entry, and that's the entry vehicle.
Pretty sick that they're like, hell yeah, check out our nukes.
You know, we just bring out the nukes during a parade. You know, that's what.
Yeah, you know. like the good silverware. You only bring it out a couple of times a year. Oh, I saw an AWACS, yep.
Yeah, that's totally not a P3 Orion.
Yeah, right? Oh, somebody was clapping there. Glorious leader resume his place in the pulpit, finally. Those are some old ass, like, MiGs.
Are those MiGs? I don't think those are MiGs.
I don't know.
80s MiGs, 80s, 90s MiGs. Chemtrails. Oh, he's finally happy. Or no.
That's the final shot. It's a smiling Asian.
Been here for 2 hours. and now everybody doing that.
He's so done with this.
All right. Now, in contrast, here's an American parade.
Oh, this is just the evening parade.
Oh, this is just okay.
This isn't like an actual like complete vote. This is just
this is just the one they. This is just the one they do for fun, like every year.
Profession. I mean, this is still probably better than the one that we had.
This is still leagues beyond what we got for the Army parade.
Oh yeah.
Are you happy, FCC bot?
This is good fashion American propaganda right here. Great leader decided it was time to talk again.
With a march by John Philip Sousa entitled Hands Across the Sea.
Stars and Stripes forever. They do anything. They didn't play Wipeout or anything, did they?
No.
Sad. They played Stars and Stripes forever twice.
Their legacy is not just written in history books. It lives in the hearts of those who have worn the uniform. And in the spirit
hell yeah,
of
look at
honoring
that.
storied legacy, we remain Semper Fidelis.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, actually. Yeah, that's a funky version of Stars and Stripes Forever. I love how marching bands have just all adopted the drumline style of drumming.
Oh, hell yeah. Now let's put on HBCU drumline. Let's go.
Yeah. Yay! That was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And they do that shit every Friday.
Yeah, every Friday during the summer.
That's cool. Really cool. I don't think we're gonna get Glorious Leader's vision of Chinese parades.
No, I don't think we are either. That would require the entire military, not just the army, because that's what the parade in the summer was that he did. It was just the army,
right?
And it wasn't even like their ceremonial units,
right? There was a bunch of dudes like, we don't know what we're doing here. I guess we're going to walk.
Yeah, like you can't tell me you expect the fucking Delta Force people to be any good at marching.
Yeah, like, dude, we spend all day training and it's not on marching.
That's right.
Oh well. Hedgehog, Pete Hedgehog, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, not of War, has decided he's going to recall all of the top generals from around the world in the United States military.
For some bullshit.
For some meeting that he's having Tuesday morning, Monday morning, one of those mornings. So what the rumor is that this is going to be a speech on the warrior ethos, which sounds like a huge waste of time and not a reason to call your top commanders back to one place, because that sounds like a great idea. But also, there could be, I think we should really watch closely to what Pete Hedgehog says in his address and what we can find out about this, because they've already been getting rid of generals and things of that nature that don't meet their idea
don't meet
of
their requirements.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, the first female, like, she the commander of the Air Force, they fired her.
No, I think it was the Navy lady.
Yes,
the Air
Navy,
Force.
right.
The Air Force. The Air Force had I think the Air Force was a black gentleman. And
Yep, he was the Joint Chiefs of Staff too.
Yep.
So, and what we're really not hoping for is that Pete Hedgehog is actually just calling these people back to, like, swear loyalty to Trump. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're getting called back for. So, should be an interesting week. Also, if it is just Pete Hedgehog calling them back for a stupid waste of time meeting, it just proves that they're shitty authoritarians too.
Yep.
So
This could have been
incompetent.
Yep. This
could have been a Teams meeting.
Yep. Could have been an email. 1000%. So we'll probably cover that again next week. We still have, like we talked about with the Colombian president getting banned, getting his travel visa revoked. We are close-ish. They want to start a fucking war in Venezuela for sure.
And they want to start shit here too. I don't understand their reasoning. Like,
yep. And this is the president of peace. You know, that's why so many people voted for him. Because
if you ask him, he's ended what did he say at the UN? Like 7 wars?
I did email the Kingdom of Thailand and the government of Cambodia, and I did ask them if they wanted to comment on how they thought Donald Trump did solving their border dispute. After hundreds of years, Donald Trump came in and solved it, and I also asked them if they thought he should get the Nobel Peace Prize, but I have not gotten a comment back from neither Cambodia or the Kingdom of Thailand. Who would have thought? So yeah, we'll be here next week, I do believe. I can't play video games, at least right now. I have some stuff I need to do and some errands I need to run.
You can't play video games when now?
Right now, like after this.
Wow, imagine, I was going to join the homie on the Helldivers, but no.
Shit. No, I got some errands I need to run.
Sad.
And the only thing keeping the poop in is me sitting down, so.
Sad.
Yep. Anyways, we've been Crying as a Free Action, a podcast about news, politics, and Chinese parades and glorious leaders. This has been a National Peasant Radio production, and as always, we are the team behind EasyVoteND.com. We're at Twitch, we're on Blue Sky, we're on YouTube, EasyVoteND.com. We're not hard to find, really. Please go to the website. Please pass this to somebody who hasn't watched it yet. That's really the only way this gets around, is if you show it to somebody who might want to watch it. And I've gotten some good feedback from customers and some other people. So, ooh, yeah, we'll get on the OnlyCans. Hell yeah. Show a little leg for money. I got no shame.
That's right. That's where we get our true opinions on the OnlyCans.
Yeah, that's right. You get the raw, unfiltered on Patreon.
You've got to pay for it.
That's right. All right. Thank you all for being here. We've been Crying as a Free Action. Tommy, thank you for being here. Thank you for doing prep work and stuff as always.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Excellent. Al, thank you for being here. I hope your latte was delicious.
It was great.
Perfect.
I might have another.
Right. Sweet. All right. We'll be here next week, noon Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. Have a great night. Thank you all.